Because that happens a lot in classic
sucks.
Castlevania.
I feel like the knife in every single Castlevania game is just the worst.
Yeah,
like, you
it's
just
pretty
don't
bad.
want the knife.
Yeah, you don't want the knife. My favorites are the holy water and the cross. But the axe is pretty useful as well. I like the axe. And we return to Castlevania, Circle of the Moon.
Castlevania.
Castlevania. All right, so now that on this show we've seen both the classic Castlevania and what is called the Metroidvania Exploration, which format do you prefer? Since you've also played both. You've seen them both and played them both. Do you prefer the Adventure Rebirth / original Castlevania?
I think I do.
Or do you prefer this one?
I think I prefer the original.
Okay.
I think it's because I understood what I was supposed to do in the original.
Okay.
Because I like them both, but again, the menu on this one confuses me a little bit.
Okay, not as much as the last story?
No, not as much as the last story at all.
So what about this one confuses you? Oh shit, I hate those guys. They always lob a bomb and...
So it's the sense of like... Almost like the sense of freedom, like I can kind of go anywhere. Mm-hmm. Like there is a certain direction that you should go in to progress the way that the story needs to go.
Okay.
But I don't get where I'm supposed to go. So a lot of the time I was like bouncing back and forth, not really understanding what I need to do or where I need to go.
So what I really like is those sub-weapons. It was first introduced, I believe, in Rondo of Blood. But instead of like you grabbing it and being like, oh shit, I didn't want that, and losing the previous one.
Yeah.
In this one, let's say what happened there, I grabbed the axe. Well, I had the knife. So the knife shoots out, and it's just like, oh right, if I grab this by accident, I can then go and grab the knife. So it gives you that option to be like, are you sure that's the one you wanted?
Yeah.
Instead of just being like, shit. Because that happens a lot in classic Castlevania.
I feel like the knife in every single Castlevania game is just the worst.
Yeah,
like, you just don't want the knife.
Yeah, you don't want the knife. My favorites are the holy water and the cross. But the axe is pretty useful as well. I like the axe.
I think in Adventure Rebirth, the axe and the holy water. No,
Okay.
the axe and the cross
The cross.
were my favorite.
Even though I saw you use the stopwatch a lot.
Oh, I needed the stopwatch. That's the only way I made it through that game. It was frustrating, though, because it didn't last long enough.
Well, yeah.
I want everything to stop for the rest of the level.
No. None of that. Come on now. How will you learn? How will you get better?
I can't get better at having bad hand-eye coordination and poor reflexes.
All right. So one of the things I don't like that's in this game, which I think just belongs in classic Castlevania, is the knockback.
Oh, yeah.
In classic Castlevania, it's a punishment because it can knock you off a cliff. A bat can knock you off and you're just like, ah, shit. It has to do with platforming. You can't fall to your death in this game, so it's just a nuisance to where you'll be like knocked into either another enemy or just knocked off screen and be like, ah, shit, gotta go back.
Yeah. See,
it's more of a nuisance and less of an actual penalty.
I played on easy, and what made it easy was they took the knockback off.
That's an Adventure Rebirth.
Yeah.
In this game, I believe there is no way to get rid of knockback. You're just gonna have it.
Well, this one doesn't have an easy mode, does it?
No. It actually has additional modes that change your playstyle after you beat the game. There's a Magician's mode, which gives you more spells. Thief's mode, which I believe is more like with the sub-weapons. So, yeah, there's different modes where you can try different playstyles.
Okay.
But as for difficulty, no. And this is actually considered one of the tougher Metroidvanias because it combines a lot of aspects of classic Castlevania as well. And like I said in the last episode, mainly it doesn't have a shop.
Yeah.
So you can't buy items, which negates a lot of difficulty in other Metroidvanias where you can just buy shit.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, am I taking too much damage? Let me just chug some potions that I bought. Whereas potions in this game are enemy drops. So they don't happen all the time, so you can't always rely on them. Also, potions don't really restore that much.
Right.
They give you like a little bit, and it's just like, well, that is health restored. It did technically restore
Better
my health.
than nothing.
Get out of here, you damn gremlins.
I hate that they throw spears.
Shit. I don't want the knife. There we go. But also, I really like the soundtrack to this game. Although I will say, I have yet to have a bad Castlevania soundtrack.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Usually when we listen to like game music in my car, it's the Castlevania music that you like, and I'm just like, well, yeah, because Castlevania music is awesome.
They're like there's a couple that surprise me, like the one from the arcade game. Like I never would have put that as like an arcade game, because in my head that's not what arcade music sounds like.
Oh, okay.
But it was really cool. I was digging it.
I think it was like the underground menu or something like
Yeah,
that.
I tend to really like the menu songs.
Yeah. Is it just because you're not required to do anything? You can just sit there and be like,
Just like
jam to the beat.
Groove on out. I feel like that could be really important, like having a good menu
Oh, it is definitely
sound,
important.
because like you're spending a lot of time
With
in
a
your
lot of
menus.
games, the menu is the first song you hear.
Yeah.
So if you have something jarring, you're like, I don't want to press start. I want to actually press eject and play a different game. All right, we have our first boss battle coming up. Oh, get out of here, you little hoppers.
Oh, whoa.
There we go. Hoppers are basically flea men.
Okay.
MP max. Cool. Okay. So we took a little bit of damage, but I think we'll be okay to still take on the boss even though we don't have full health. Although, I could just run to a save room.
See, you remember where the save rooms are. I can't remember.
They're marked on your map. So if you hit the select button, you see a map. Red rooms are save rooms. Blue rooms are rooms you've explored. Black rooms are undiscovered rooms.
See, and while I know that,
Yeah.
my sense of direction doesn't know that.
Well, it also doesn't help that like you don't really have an icon of you are here.
Yeah.
It just shows like blue.
And so much of it looks very much the same.
Okay.
So I just like, my brain is stupid.
I can level with you. I understand where you're coming from, but I'm also saying like it is possible.
Oh, yeah.
Never give up. Never surrender.
Unless you load over 3 hours worth of game time and just lose all hope.
I'm curious where you were where you reset, because I know you beat the first boss who we're going to see right now. All right, so this is the guardian of the underworld, Cerberus.
Cerberus.
It's very interesting how they're able to utilize like his 3 heads, because right now he looks
I
like he
only
just
see
have
2.
multiple ears.
Oh, I only
So-
see the 2 heads.
You're only going to see 2 heads at a time, but when he flips over, that's technically the 3rd head, because he's turning around. So that's how they utilize like 3 heads.
I always just assumed 3 heads because you see 3 ears.
Yeah.
I just watched Luna throw her toy into the trash.
Aw. Dang it. He keeps changing like his form, so like none of my shots are really going through. Ouch.
One of my like favorite fun facts is nowhere does it ever state how many heads Cerberus has.
Yeah, I remember you stating that.
He just has multiple.
So this is one of the few Castlevania games where you beat a boss and you don't get a life restoration. So like later on, you could beat a difficult boss and be like, "Where's that save room?"
Yeah. Son of a bitch!
Because usually, even in later Metroidvanias, you beat the boss, you collect like the health upgrade, and all of your stats are restored.
Yeah.
This one doesn't do that for some reason. It's just like, fuck you. All right, we got the double jump. So now we can perform double jump and reach higher ledges. That allows us to enter the next area of the castle. Ah! Shit.
I love that the like little gremlin
not
guys, they look like they don't want to go to work that day. Like that's me walking to work every morning
jeez.
of like, I don't want to be here.
Guess I gotta clock into Drax OT. Here we go. Mandatory overtime at Dracula's castle. Ugh. All right. Nice.
That's
We're gonna
kind
do
of
a little bit of backtracking here.
the one story that I wanted to do that I was gung-ho about and did a lot of work and research and stuff on and then just stopped.
Oh?
Was since Dracula is public domain,
Mm-hmm.
that I wanted to, like, write a story about Dracula.
Sounds good to me.
And I was trying to decide between, like, serious or funny.
Oh, yeah, I remember this conversation.
And I was like, if it's serious, I would want to do kind of like a Sherlock Holmesy type story of, like, trying to figure out what's happening.
Absolutely.
But then I was like, I kind of really want to write a funny one.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's, like, almost set up like The Office.
Oh, my
with
God.
the employees of Dracula's castle.
I'd be down for that.
I just think it'd be funny. Like,
Gotcha. No, absolutely. I know I finally saw the trailer to Renfield with Nicolas Cage, and it opens up with Renfield claiming that he's in an abusive relationship, and it's with Dracula.
so is it going to be a comedy?
I think so. I think a dark comedy is like the vibe I'm getting from it. Because Nicolas Cage is Dracula, and what's his name is Renfield. But yeah, that's coming out later this year, I believe.
But, like, I just reread Dracula.
Ah, shit. Bram Stoker's.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I don't know why. Probably because in all of the renditions that I have consumed since the first time I read it, Renfield plays a much bigger part.
Okay.
But, like, I kind of want to know, like, why Renfield is such a big deal in all of the Dracula, like, remakes.
I don't know.
Because he, like...
I only recall him being a big role in Dracula Dead and Loving It because it's a parody of Dracula, which I believe was like a 97 movie with Keanu Reeves and Gary Oldman. I think that's the only two that I remember Renfield being like a big role. Because Renfield's not in Dracula Untold.
Well, because, like, Renfield was basically just a mental patient.
And he's also not in Van Helsing.
But I always notice that Renfield has a bigger part, and they completely cut out Arthur.
Oh, okay.
Lucy's husband.
And now we're talking about the novel, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So, like, Bram Stoker's Dracula, the book.
The book.
So, like, Renfield was just a mental patient that Dr. Stewart was seeing.
No! I want that holy water!
And, like, it's set up wildly different. It's almost like in the movies, Renfield is playing the part of Jonathan Harker.
Okay.
By, like, he goes to the castle. He, like, becomes almost like a slave of Dracula.
Yes.
That's Jonathan Harker in the book.
Oh,
He's the one that goes to Dracula's castle. And he almost loses his mind. And, like, him and Mina get married while he is in a mental institution. Recovering from his stay in Transylvania.
It's been a while since I've seen the movie, and I never read the book. I am just obviously familiar with the character.
Yeah.
And a lot of other movies that the Lord of Vampires is in.
Yes. And then in the movies, the character Jonathan Harker kind of takes Arthur's role.
Okay.
But he's still married to Mina, but he's like... Shit. He stays in London with Lucy and that whole crowd.
I got you.
It's very odd. Like, I just wonder why they made changes like that are consistent, I guess, and different ways that I've seen the story retold.
I don't know. Alrighty then. So we're in the Abyss Stairway. That's the second area. And we're going to make our way to the audience room, which is the next big area that we have to go to. So it's all about just climbing these stairs and taking out anything in our way. Oop, that's an Iron Maiden. We can't use that yet.
Ooh.
Nope, not even with holy water. So we'll come back to that.
I like that it has tears of blood.
Well, come on. You gotta cry those bloody tears. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. Ah, there we go. Save room.
Heal!
Heal, damn it, heal! Crumbling platforms coming up ahead. Just with a quick dash and a double jump. Not even necessary. Another nice thing, because you can't fall to your death, crumbling platforms are just kind of like a, oh!
Yeah, it's a nuisance.
They're just a, oh!
Dang it, now I gotta start again.
It's not just oh, shit,
yeah,
no!
Which in a way is more forgiving, because you can literally just start again.
Yes. Whereas in classic Castlevania, when they crumble, it's just
dead.
like, you better book it or you're done. And then you gotta try the level again, or the checkpoint, or however you go. However you go about doing your Castlevanias.
But one thing I also, and I think this isn't necessarily like specific to the game,
Okay.
but maybe to the time period, I get dizzy because of the way that the camera moves.
Oh, okay, because it like kind of follows
Where your
Nathan.
your character is always in the center of the screen, and then the background moves around him.
Oh.
So it like,
Oh, shit. Now that you pointed it out.
yeah, it
I'm
like,
just kind of like, "Eey."
it's almost like,
I still gotta play more of this shit. I haven't finished the game yet. God damn it. We'll have to just play this game in small bursts.
just take some Dramamine before,
Yeah.
before playing the
Might
game.
have to. Okay, mental note, another Iron Maiden. Well, there's a lot of these guys.
Excuse me, there's a lot of these ladies.
There's a lot of these ladies.
It's a maiden.
No. Don't be pulling that garbage on me. Alright.
Oh, she's a lady.
Whoa, she's a lady. Gremlin's like, stop singing, I swear to Christ, I'll javelin right through your esophagus.
Oh my god, I need to write that down for my Dracula book.
Stop singing?
No, you just hear like from the room with the Iron Maiden. Wow, she's a lady.
Okay, so we've definitely decided on comedy.
I just feel like I would have way more fun.
Oh, absolutely.
Which is the whole point of the exercise, is to like just have fun.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so now we're in the audience room. You, get out of here. Stop looking at me, slime.
What are you looking at, Swan?
And up. Whoop,
whoop, whoop.
There we go. That's how you do it. No. I want up. Shit.
And you took it.
Well, alright. It's not a complete loss. It's not like I got the knife.
Yeah.
Charm just like flink, flink, woo.
It's like throwing a butter knife at the enemies.
Essentially, yeah. I have yet to have an instance where, like,
The knife is the one
has
you want.
saved my ass. The knife is usually the item where it's just like, I failed because I had the knife.
Yeah.
If I had any other sub-weapon, I'd have beat his
worked,
ass.
Yeah.
So that chamber right there was where Dracula was resurrected, and it actually leads to the final battle.
Oh,
So we need a specific key to open Dracula's main gate.
okay.
So this whole journey is just to find this key. Triumph Hallway. Ooh, okay. The Clinking Man. There's a name.
I feel like that guy was just like, whoa, why is that my name? Like, my knees popped once when I got out of bed this morning. You guys need to chill.
Well, he just fell the fuck over, so I think they clinked for the laugh. Either some vertigo, or he just went out and he was just like, whoop, my hip.
Hey now.
Just planked right over.
Hip problems hurt.
If I made a Castlevania game that would be just wrong enough, the enemy would be called Clinking Amanda.
Oh my god. Like when I laid down yesterday and I like went to pop my ankle and I was
Ooh.
like, oh, that feels good. And then it just wouldn't stop clicking.
Oh, man.
I was like, oh.
Yeah, I remember that. Your cat was just like, you all right there?
She was like, I don't think that's supposed to do that.
Alrighty then. Ouch. A will-o-wisp. Haha. Okay. Nope. Nope.
No! Not the knife!
Bad touch. Bad touch.
Anything but the knife!
6 feet knife. 6 fucking feet. So what's really cool is you'll notice this as you play more Castlevania games. They reuse a lot of the same rooms, just designed differently. This is supposed to be the main hallway from the original Castlevania.
Okay.
That had like all the zombies and stuff like that. And you're also going to see this room in Symphony of the Night and Aria of Sorrow.
Well, I guess because it's all Dracula's castle.
Yeah, it's the same castle, exactly.
It's just a different game.
Mm-hmm. So, like, there's going to be new rooms, but there's also going to be a lot of, like, recurring rooms as well. What?
I feel like, because they're all different characters, right?
Yes.
So, I feel like Dracula, by, like, the last Castlevania game, is like, I gotta fucking move.
It's funny.
Like, they keep
does.
getting in.
He does. He goes to Japan. Woohoo! I got the cross.
It's like, I'm tired of these goddamn Belmonts. Like,
all right, in the next episode, we're going to continue more of Castlevania Circle of the Moon.
Toodles!
That is so funny that you pointed that out.